When her message popped up, I read it twice just to be sure I wasn't imagining things. Back on Monday. I'll explain later. That was all Clara wrote. No emojis, no details, no warmth. Just a flat message from the woman, who was supposed to be spending the weekend at her parents' house. Something in my gut twisted. Clara was never vague. In 4 years of marriage, she'd always texted constantly whenever she was away. But this silence, it felt deliberate. I stared at that message for a long time, my hands trembling slightly. Back on Monday. It was Friday. She was supposed to be home tonight. My mind replayed the small arguments we've been having lately, the long work hours, the secrecy, the way she guarded her phone like it contained state secrets. I brushed it all off, telling myself it was just stress. But now, that message felt like confirmation of something I'd been too afraid to face. I didn't respond right away. Instead, I checked her social media. Nothing new. No posts, no tags, no traces. Then I opened the location-sharing app. She'd turned it off 2 days ago. That's when it hit me. She'd planned this. I could almost hear her voice saying, "You're overthinking again." But deep down, I knew I wasn't. After pacing for an hour, I finally typed my reply. "Don't bother explaining later. Enjoy your trip. It'll be your last one as my wife." Then I powered off my phone and stepped outside to breathe. My chest felt like it was collapsing, but beneath the pain was a strange calm, the kind that comes when you finally stop pretending everything's fine. When I turned my phone back on 20 minutes later, 12 missed calls were already waiting. Then it rang again. I ignored it. Another call came. Then another. She didn't stop for over an hour. Eventually, I answered, not out of curiosity, just to silence the noise. "Daniel, please listen," she cried the second I picked up. Her voice shook. Gone was the confident tone she used when arguing. "It's not what you think. I swear I can explain." "Then explain," I said quietly, "because right now, it looks like my wife lied about where she's going, turned off a location, and texted me like a stranger. Go ahead. Explain that." Silence. Then a shaky sigh. "I went to the coast with some co-workers. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd overreact. It's just work. Work trips come with hotel bookings, itineraries, and managers involved. I cut in, send proof. Otherwise, this conversation ends now." I heard movement, shuffling, maybe whispering to someone nearby. Then her voice, smaller now. "I can't send anything right now. My phone's about to die." That excuse snapped whatever patience I had left. "Then let it die," I said and hung up. Afterward, I blocked her number. The house was quiet, but my thoughts screamed. Memories and doubts collided. How she started paying in cash more often, the new co-worker she never introduced, the sudden need for space every other weekend. The next morning, she began calling from new numbers. I ignored them all. By noon, she sent an email, long, emotional, desperate. She admitted she'd gone to a beach resort with a male colleague, but insisted it was innocent, professional. She said she panicked because she knew how it looked. But her words only confirmed what I already knew. Guilt always sounds like justification. I didn't reply. Instead, I went to see my lawyer. By the end of the day, the divorce paperwork had already begun. I wasn't angry anymore, just drained. Love built on lies dies long before the ink dries. On Sunday night, she came home earlier than she'd promised. I heard her car in the driveway, then hurried footsteps at the door. When she saw me sitting in the living room, she froze. Her eyes were swollen, makeup streaked from crying. "Daniel, please, can we talk?" she whispered. "There's nothing left to talk about," I said calmly. I already spoke to my lawyer. I handed her the envelope, the divorce draft. She opened it with trembling hands, tears falling onto the pages. She begged, pleaded, blamed stress, loneliness, a stupid mistake. I didn't argue. I had no energy left for explanations that came too late. I told her she could take her things and leave when she was ready. When she finally walked out that night, I stood by the window, watching her taillights fade into the darkness. My phone buzzed, a new message from her. I didn't open it. Some things don't need closure. Sometimes silence is the only reply that truly ends it. She kept calling for days after that. I never answered again, because once trust shatters, no amount of explaining can ever piece it back together.